I look at this, and you know, like I said, this is a 4-hour plot here. Whenever I get into the 15 minutes of it here on TradingView, right, this it has the potential of having a huge spike up, right, and then coming back down, then a huge spike up and then coming down. And what that's telling me is that there's definitely probably some either some institutional stuff at play, or some people with a lot of money at play. Now, I also have this newly found thingamajig, I guess you could say, or not thingamajig. What's the word I'm looking for here? Your indicators, that's the word I'm looking for. Indicators. Their new indicator here, we have what is called the whale indicator, right? So it'll let you know if there are whales in the room and where they are at and what they are doing. So there is this whale indicator, and there's another whale indicator that I found, and I not for sure exactly what to do with it. It's actually the bigger one. It's called the whale trading system. Supposedly, I guess it has a way of, I'm not for sure how to read it, but I guess you know, it tells you when to buy, when to hold a little bit, when to buy, when to hold off, you know, those kind of things, for whenever whales are in the room, or whenever to whale yourself, I guess. I don't really know or understand this whale trading system. Bar color, let's see your buy color on. It doesn't really matter if your bar color is off or on. But you can also set if it's being overbought or oversold. That way, you know, you can kind of refine and you know, try to get in before, I guess, before the rest of the crowd does. You want to set it for 79, you know, that way you can get in there, you know, one step before the whale starts to take a dump on it. So as you can see, it's rising from green here all the way down to red. But it does coincide with the other whale one I have. Now the other whale one I have, you can set the percentage change. Now when I started off, it starts off at 2.618, and it says the momentum length is 20. Right? So this is what it would normally look like, which is way too much for me, right? So of course all of this is too much for me on one chart. I am not a person that likes indicators whatsoever, but I do like trying to find something that tells me that there's somebody in the room that has a lot of money trying to push price around. That being said, I don't really care for the whale trading system. I don't really care for it. I really don't. I'm gonna turn it off. What I do like is this other one that I found. Let me see what it was called. And now you probably have to have the paid TradingView for this, which I do. I have the Pro Plus TradingView. I got the 1 year subscription for it. For the 1 year subscription for it, I think it was only $150, right? So I think it wasn't even that much, you know. So it's really worth it for you to go to TradingView. I wouldn't get the highest package unless you're one of those really expensive traders that'll trade on like a 10-second you know, chart, and you know, and that can afford $10,000, you know, that'll for something that'll move, you know, a price of a couple, you know, a little bit of a difference. But if you're like most of us, who's just trying to throw in, you know, little bits here and there, $100, $200, you know, $20, it doesn't matter, kind of, you know, dollar cost average, you know, maybe that kind of thing isn't for you, but the trading plus definitely is. But then again, like I said, this 2.618% is a little bit too much. Now it may work for like Bitcoin, right? because then 2.618% is kind of a huge difference in price, right? So what I like to do is I like to try to take not so much the volume, but kind of like I'm trying to find a good way to put, try to find a good way to see, you know, which way you would find a whale in the room, depending on which crypto that you have. Generally, I find 5% and the period of 5 to be about the best one, right? Because that'll definitely let you know if something's happening, and you know what kind of whatever it is that's happening. So even if we're on the 15-minute with Mana, here we go. We have an 8.4% jump here, right? So that's definitely causing something, and then you also have it on the way down. So the funny thing is that when it pushes it down, where does it push it to, right? That's the question. That's what I always look for, because whenever it's pushing it down and you have this much money, it has to be pushing it down to somewhere where it's going to be able to make money from, right? So it's pushing it down for a reason, because these same people that are pushing it down are the same people that are buying it, right? Or else they wouldn't be pushing it down, unless they're just trying to get rid of it, which I don't think they're trying to do at something that's 21 cents that you know is going to be going up and up and up and up like this one is. Like I said, I bought it at 18.5, which was back here a couple days ago, maybe. Yeah, somewhere around here, probably around 5th February. So that would have been yesterday. Whenever I was noticing that it was just it just seemed to be having, you know, it seemed to be climbing and climbing and climbing. So and then all of a sudden it started just going crazy. So I got in at a pretty good time, and I think Mana is going to be definitely one to watch out for. So keep that in mind. Again, watch out for this. Use this whale indicator. That way you can kind of tell if somebody is there pushing price around, and if so, which direction. And make sure you outline your because what it'll do is it'll put in the body of the candle, right? And you can change the body of the candle too. But the outside of the candle is going to tell you which direction that it is pushing it, or which candle it is pushing it on. So you can see here, you can see it's pushing it up and then pushing it down, right? So the whale in the the whale in the room is actually pushing it up and then also pushing it down at the same time, right? And here we have another big jump of 7.6%. So, but Mana holding strong, 26 cents. I would see that this would continue to move up. One of the tests I also use, and I'll be going through. I'm just kind of giving you an example as I'm for this one, as I'll be doing for the rest of them. Right? I won't be going this extensive into the rest of them, but I'll be showing you kind of examples that I've been using, you know, to see if they pass the test or not. You know, so you know, 15-minute or so, if you go from top to bottom, you know, something like this, it's going sideways, you use a Fibonacci, right? It goes all the way to the top, it drops down. If it doesn't, you know, get lower than where it was, and it turns around and goes back up, that's a pass, right? So at least it didn't get lower than where it was before. It may have not broken a new high, but guess what? It could be on its way to breaking a new high, just as it did here. So here it makes a different high. So what I would do is I would then move my Fibonacci over and then switch it over to this high. Let me get this whale stuff out of the way. That way we can kind of see what's going on. And then move this Fibonacci up to over